Hi everyone, I'm Alessia, a PhD candidate from JCU, and today I will be presenting results from my master's project I conducted last year. So, effective management of marine protected area is still limited by availability of funding. One way to potentially create a continuous stream of money to maintain MPAs is introducing visitors' user fees. One example is the potential introduction of user fees for scuba divers to dive in no-take zones, such as the green zones of the Great Barrier Reef. So we use the Great Barrier Reef as a case study, and we surveyed divers to understand what biological attributes are more attractive for them through their willingness to pay, whether it is coral cover, fish diversity, or fish abundance. And then we also wanted to know how much they would pay to dive exclusively in green zones, and to see if and we also wanted to know if they would pay a user fee knowing what the money was being used for. This is really important as restoration practices in the GBR are increasing, and this can help us understand diverse values and if there is a potential for generating funding through user fees to support reef conservation and restoration efforts. So we designed a questionnaire that was handed to divers between June and November 2023 through dive operators and was posted online for certified divers that were or have been diving in the GBR. We recruited a total of 170 divers. And then to estimate the economic value of different underwater features, we used contingent evaluation method. We asked divers if they were willing to pay a user fee to dive in a green zone for 12 different scenarios that had a combination of 5 different biological attributes and their change in 3 levels. And then we asked them about their attitude towards paying the fee. We have 3 main findings. So for individual attributes, their willingness to pay was the highest for high levels of coral cover, high fish abundance, and high fish diversity when these were compared to the low levels. Then when underwater conditions were at medium level in both fish zone and in a green zone, divers were willing to pay $14.5 as a user fee to dive inside the green zone. And then almost 85% of our respondents were willing to pay the user fee to dive exclusively in the green zone if the purpose of the user fee was explicitly stated to them. So we found that divers would pay over $14 to dive in the green zone, even when the ecological conditions are the same inside and outside. So people are actually willing to pay for conservation. So this type of study is usually used to inform the design of user fees, because monetizing this information can be potentially used as an opportunity to fund conservation programs, such as coral restoration practices, and to fund short and long-term cost of MPAs. So we expected that willingness to pay of the divers was low at low levels of biological conditions inside the green zone, and then it increased as the biological condition inside the MPA were improving. But what we actually found is that divers were willing to pay a premium for the protection status of the dive site, regardless the green zone condition. And as the conditions inside the green zone improved, their willingness to pay increased even more. So our study was just the starting point. Future research should target other aesthetic values that divers are attracted to. Can also expand to other nature-based tourism activities. And I think most importantly, there is a need to further investigate the MPA and M effect in other locations to see whether this is occurring only in the GBR or if it extends to other places. So to finish this off, I want to acknowledge the people who made this work possible, the dive operators, dive clubs, and the divers who took part in the survey. Thank you for listening.